guys, it's Shell with Creative Shell Bear. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card for our Valentine's Day series. So let's get started. I'm going to use an A2 card base in purple, kind of like a light lilac color. And what I did is I just cut this an 8.5 by 11 in half widthwise and folded it at 4 1/4, and that's how I got my base there. Okay, and then we need the front, the card base that everything's going on. Cut a piece of the lilac color, 1 3/4, and then I just left it pretty long. It will, I just want to make sure it fits across my white piece. And then I'm going to use this little punch right here. And we're going to kind of make a little, we're going to make like a little lace piece. So it's just like a heart punch from Fiskars. So we just need to line those up, the hearts as you go. And that's plenty long enough. So I'm just going to flip it and put it back in there. And do the same thing. Except I'm going to line it up on this side. Just to make sure we have it long enough here. Okay, you can set this piece aside for a few minutes, and we can move that out of the way. Okay, and then I have another piece of the lilac, and we're going to emboss this piece. So I'm just going to stick it in this. It's a bunch of little hearts from the Paper Studio. So I'm going to run that through my die cut machine, and I will be right back. So I have the piece that I die cut, and what I'm going to do is I just need 4 pieces that are about 7/8 of an inch. So in this, to start with, was like a 5.5 by 5.5. Okay, and so now I'm just going to do a little dovetail. And I'm just holding all 4 of those together so that my ribbon tail or dovetail comes out the same on all 4 of them. Okay, and we're going to take our white piece of paper, and I'm just going to line them up. Just kind of putting a border on the right hand side or the left hand side, it doesn't really matter, but I want the border to be the same, you know, about the same on either side. So we're just going to line those up and then split the difference in the center. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and tack those down. And I'm just using some of this Elmer's glue tape runner. And I'm just going to tack them all down except for the very tip, because I want to have just a little bit of movement, you know, on the little flag. So I'm going to put that just a little bit closer, I think, because it seemed like I had a little. And then see, I can kind of curl up to the edges of the little flag. I'm going to go to the other side just so I have them kind of spaced correctly all the way around. Okay, and put this one here. Looks pretty good. And then we'll do the 2 in the middle. Okay, I'm just going to lightly lay this one here because I want to make sure that when I do the next one, it's correctly spaced. Okay, so I'm just going to set that in here. And they actually look pretty good. Let's just straighten this up just a touch. Okay, so we have the main part done. I'm just going to kind of curl the tips of the little banners just to kind of give it a little bit of movement. Okay, and then we're going back to our piece that we had cut out earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim that. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of set it down right here. I'm going to pop that up on foam dots, but I want to kind of trim it first. Okay, so I got that trimmed, and we're going to pop that up on some foam dots. Okay, so I have some foam tape here, and it's just a 3M foam tape by Scotch. Just going to cut some of it down just so we can pop that up. I'm just going to set some on there. Now I purposely did, when I was cutting it, I purposely did 1 3/4 because what I'm using for the ribbon is bias tape, and I wanted to make sure that it had a good place for it to sit so that it was wide enough. So, and I'll show you that in a second. We're just going to stick that on there. There we go. And I have this really bright, beautiful bias tape. So I'm going to tape that on, but see how it's just perfect. So if you're doing this and you want a little bit thinner ribbon, then just adjust your measurements. The bias tape was thicker than any of the other stuff that I had, so I just kind of adjusted it. And I'm going to put that down right there. Okay, and I'm just going to flip it over and just tack it down on the back side. But I don't want to do it too tight because then it kind of squishes my my lace part, so I kind of just make sure that it has enough room so it doesn't squish it too much. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and attach this to the base of our card. And since I have that popped up on foam dots, I'm going to go ahead and just go around on the card base to tape it down. Just leaving a slight border because we do have a border when we put our card base down. There we go. I just want to make sure it's opening in the right direction. Okay, and then we're just going to put that on equal all the way around. There we go. And then to finish up, I have these beautiful little resin hearts that I got from G's Embellishment Emporium. So I'm just going to put them in the center of each of where the white strips come down, just to kind of give it a little something, and that kind of breaks it up and adds to the look of it. Aren't those beautiful? I'll put a link to G's Embellishment Emporium below. Isn't that so pretty? I think it needs a little more, and so I'm just using these really cute purple, kind of lilac color gems. And I'm just going to cut off 3 because I really like the look of 3. And I'm going to put them right down here in the center, or right down here in the corner. And that completes the card for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and you guys have a great day.